Great Sunday, guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Jaydee for another weekend episode of our daily stock market insights. And in this video, I'm going to continue our discussion on the highly traded stocks we had last Friday. So far, I have already reviewed SMPH, Globe, and Ali, and then we'll continue our list over here. Okay, so this is if this is the first time you're watching my video, I do technical analysis for the stocks in the Philippine market, sometimes US market or cryptocurrency. So if you have a request, I highly encourage you to drop a comment, let me know, or if you have any feedback, let me know. Okay, so now let's get started. So last Friday, I was able to cover three. Now let me continue our list here. So hopefully, this or these stocks are in your portfolio. Okay. By the way, I have a request from Idilma-san. This is SCC and now. Yeah, I think I'll include that for this video. This was shared 9 minutes ago. So let's go SCC first, guys. Wow. SCC is continuously sustaining its uptrend. Okay, it has officially broken our resistance area. I said we had a breakout over here around 34.41, and this has been already on the third day or second day of movement above the resistance level for SCC. I wonder if this is the uh, okay, so this is actually a 52-week high already. So what's interesting is if this is the all-time high, let me see if it's also the all-time high. It would be very interesting because you don't have a resistance that would act as your ceiling. So it is the market who will dictate that. Okay, so it's just 52-week high. The next possible resistance you will have would be around 39 39 over here, and then a few areas on the way up, but the nearest, of course, the peak would be around 48. So if we are bullish in this sense, then we could be challenging very soon the 48.75 level, but the nearest so far is 39. One thing we have to observe though is as we go higher and higher, does our RSI also maintain the upward movement. So far, in terms of volume, there is still volume. It's slightly lower though in your RSI, but volume is still picking up. It's still above the average. So just in case there will be opportunities for a pullback, if you are long term, okay, if you are long term, then that would be your opportunity to add more volume. But if you're just merely trading it for short term, make sure you from a daily time frame, you zoom into a faster time frame in your chart, and those pullbacks in the faster time frame, that will be your opportunity to enter, and then just set your profit taking level for intraday trades. Okay, now really it's important for you to understand and have a clear outlook of your objective, because any movement here could be right or could be wrong depending on the gameplay you have in mind. Okay, so anything that I may be saying here would work for me, but might not work for you because you have a different perspective and objective. Okay, so the next is now. Now we had a pullback. Okay, your pullback is currently right at the MA20 line, and this is following this channel in terms of your support. Okay, it is creating a higher low. However, let me see if we will continue to move and create higher high in this area. So that's the channel. It's really important that this will not break, because if it does, then of course downtrend is going to happen. At this point, it is still respecting the channel that we have plotted right here, which is still in ascending movement. Although if you want to uh, try it out. I think this is still a good area. However, please make sure that you know the financials, the current situation of the business, because that will dictate whether this is a good company to engage in. Technicals over here will just tell you that, hey, a chart says it's already at a cheap level and you can enter. But for long term engagement or investment, it's really important that you have a solid understanding and you have trust in the business, so that if it drops for an extended period of time, you won't be scared. Because right now, what I can say here is the chart would tell me that we have already dropped significantly. We went sideways over here, and while we are on sideways, the movement of your RSI is already starting to move up. This simply means that as we move higher and higher in your RSI trend, the momentum is already picking up while we are on sideways and staying flat in our price, because here we're just flat. So chart says it's already a good area to try out. You're at the support area 138 right now. It's just that what's interesting here is that really your volume plays an important role. Even if the price is already very attractive, if you only have 87 trades here, it might take some time before your orders get executed. So that's the thing. If your stock is really not very popular and not participated by many, so even if you're ready to put a 1.37 uh, buy order, if no one's willing to buy, then it might not be executed. Okay, it will not be executed. So that's for now. You're at the support area, and let's see if it will create a bounce or recovery soon, because our RSI is ready, creating that momentum build up. Now let's talk about BDO. BDO has scheduled dividend really ex date June 9th. So if you're interested in that, just know your timelines. We're already at a support area at 127. That's a support level. Now, if you want to understand where are we in terms of the big picture, we have already recovered halfway, and there's a resistance right at the 160 level on a weekly chart. That's the strongest resistance. You also have your resistance levels along the way. So know that at 139 we could experience some slow movement, because that's a resistance, and if we manage to break out of that, the next area to watch out for would be your 159 level. So know that BDO is part of the blue chip companies. So most likely, whatever the sentiment we have in the index, we will have a closely similar trajectory in our BDO over here. MBT, this is also in my portfolio. Oh, I must have plotted this from my previous video, and it is still being respected on a weekly chart. We are at 55.79 for our resistance, and last week that was actually respected. We got hit here we hit the MA20 line level, and then we got rejected. So if I'm to draw our trend line here for our weekly chart in MBT, we are still in a downtrend. Okay, it's still downtrend, but let's see if it will also recover soon. But my outlook here is, if it drops on a weekly chart, it might challenge this key level over here. It might drop, create a lower low, and drop right at this area, and we'll go from there. But overall, for those people who are holding on to MBT, I think you can still get this at a lower price level. Okay, yeah. So just take note. Do pause the recording if you want to also have a closer look. Last March 14th. Okay, so this is done. This was already released. Payment was already released on the 31st of March. Now let's take a look at URC. URC is now creating a stabilization on a weekly chart. This is your support area. Now, if you are going to go daily, so we got rejected. So chances are it might go back to the 102 level. We're having a difficult time breaking this, and we're still in a downtrend. See that? It creates a lower high, and then we're starting to struggle right here. Um, Volume is not there yet, so I think there will be fluctuations within the week next week. And at any time it touches 102.85, and you get an opportunity right there, or maybe you put a buy order right there, and if it gets hit, good for you. If it's not going to get hit, then find another transaction or try another stock that has a much better setup. Okay, URC again is one of the more stable companies in the country under consumer goods sector. And how many times have we already challenged the bottom? One, two, three. Okay, third time, fourth time in a row, but your RSI is already starting push higher and higher. So chances are, if the market gives you a chance at 100 to 85, there's a big possibility that we are going to experience a breakout at that point, breakout of the downtrend. Okay, so that's for your CDMC. A lot of people like this because of its attractive dividend yield offering for its investors. So nearest resistance, we're very near that. Actually, we're very in the short term. I would say this is already a very expensive level, but who knows with the company growing and you know inflation just around the corner, we could easily break the 950 level. Your 9 peso now will just be 2 3 years from now. Your 9 peso is a loose change. So I wonder where we could be at in the future for all these stocks that we are holding. We might see it expensive now, but in the future, when it does break out in some of the opportunities there, um, we could hit double digit numbers for the MCI. So it's really up to you. In the short term, I say this is resistance, and when it is resistance, we could have pullback. But if you're a long term holder and you have already started accumulating somewhere at the bottom, then uh, pullbacks would be your opportunity to add more, even if you're already sitting around the 8 peso level. uh, that's the outlook there. At this point, this is an area for investors. But if you're just going to do intraday trade, short term trades, this is not the area where you enter. Some would enter at a breakout. For example, we have successfully broken the 950 and uh, continue to move our price higher and higher. Then, once we have a confirmed breakout, some could play a breakout play there. Converge 2520 last price. At this point, we're still moving downwards. We broke the support. Oh, it's still a support actually. What's nice is that while we go down, your volume is starting to decline. So the moment we see your Q here is the next green candlestick paired with some nice volume, that would be a good area to enter. At this point, we're still at the support level. The next one would be most likely 2236 area or 2250 area. That's the support. Yan. Or possible din dito. Isa pa. Reason for that is I see a resistance right here. This one over here, that's a resistance. And if you go back here, you had some accumulation happening over here as well. So chances are it could be respected, and we might have that bounce at the 2423 area. But if it breaks, next stop would be 2246. Okay, overall estimate here is that in the next few days, we still have some bearish sentiment in this stock. You had foreign selling that happened last Friday as well. Okay, so I think those are the additional stocks that I have reviewed for you in this video. But it's only 5:54 p.m. in Manila, or in the country. So you can still request. I might be able to record another video tonight. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and bye bye.